everybody, and welcome back to our channel. My name is Terrell.
And my name is Brendan.
And we are B.a.p Reacts.
And today we are checking out dangers in K-pop, performing while injured, professionalism or abuse. And this is by Midnight Theory.
Alright, listen y'all, so we did the dangers in K-pop part 2 before this one. So yeah, it's a little backwards, we know. But regardless, we're gonna do both of them. Definitely interested to check this out and see more of these crazy stories. These idols be gonna do a lot behind the scenes that we don't really genuinely know about, or you know, y'all know what I'm saying. So we're gonna get into this video and see some more of these stories. Let's get right into it. Let's go. I got my cheek curls. They are good. Disclaimer. Please do not take the entity idols if the company making this video. I researched and
by now, I'm sure most of us have watched or at least heard of the compilation videos of idols getting hurt on stage, slipping, fainting, and performing while injured. It's more common than we'd like to admit and has gotten worse over the years due to the cutthroat industry. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Theories, and if you're new here, welcome to Midnight Theories. Many hungry companies are more than willing to sacrifice the safety of their idols for profit and declare the show must go on.
Crazy.
Here's a short list of idols who carried out performances while visibly injured. After Girls' Day's iconic Something and Darling era, main vocalist Mina received an ankle plus foot injury while filming for a variety show on December of 2014. Her company Dream Tea Entertainment reported the singer slipped on stairs while filming. She fractured her right pinky toe and a ligament in her ankle was stretched. Mina was recommended to sit out of promotions and wear a cast for a safe recovery. Dream Tea reassured fans that they were discussing with the idol about her schedules and whether or not she would be fit to perform, especially since a big event such as the end of the year award shows was right around the corner. Mina did sit out of a Music Bank performance the next day, but just a little over a week since her injury, the singer attended the 2014 KBS Song Festival where she sang on the sidelines while her members performed. Mina would continue to sing on the side while sitting for several other performances or sitting out of performances altogether, except for at the 2014 KMF where she was performing at the top of the stage doing minimal choreography. Sitting on the sidelines while injured is unfortunately a common practice in the industry and sometimes can be uncomfortable for both the audience and artists. Most companies have the mindset if your voice works, you're fit enough to go on stage. Some prime examples are former X1 member Johan, FX's Amber, and Girls' Generation Tiffany. There are even some occasions where artists such as One is Soho was given a fancy throne and a whole new rap part in their song Lit for the Road to Kingdom performance. Or Shiny Zonyu floating on stage during the Melon Awards after suffering an ankle injury during their world concert. Unfortunately, there are some idols who are not as lucky to get a simple chair while performing. During the height of their career, t-ara was reaching the same level of success as Girls' Generation, yet they were poorly treated by their company. t-ara were scheduled to perform at a university in 2012, where one of the members, Soyeon, had recently received an ankle injury. The idol had to prop herself up on stage using a crutch in one hand with the mic in the other for the full set. In a separate incident, her member Jiyeon also had to go on stage during their roly-poly era while suffering from a leg injury. Former Kara member Nicole had to tough it out on stage in front of hundreds of fans during the group's first solo concert in 2012 after suffering an ankle injury.
And they making her dance?
I know, yeah, like she's dancing.
The idol was determined to perform on stage despite her injury, tossing her cast aside and wrapped up her ankle in bandages before her performance. Kara Sunyeon had suffered a fall while filming for a CF. After her checkup at the hospital, it was revealed that her blood vessels were damaged to a point where her arm was really swollen. The estimated recovery time for her injury was around 3 weeks, and she was required to wear an arm cast. Just like her former member Nicole, reports state that the idol was determined to get back on stage and perform the last stage for their looping comeback. In 2013, after complaining of knee pain, B1A4 Sundol was taken to the hospital and diagnosed with damages to the semilunar cartilage and had to receive immediate surgery. The recovery time for the surgery is about a month, but Sundol was seen on stage performing a week after his surgery when the doctor recommended he take a break from any strenuous activity. Stellar as a whole has had a history of exploitation and mistreatment under the hands of their former company, Haskell Entertainment. In one of their many incidences, Stellar was filming a car scene for their 2016 single Crying. One of the members, Minhee, was behind the wheel when she hit a fixed structure on the side of the road. News reports did not disclose the speed that they were driving, nor what prompted the accident. But the Jeep was damaged enough that it was towed off scene. The members were rushed to the hospital to receive treatment, and they were reported not to have suffered any serious injuries that would have conflicted with their schedules and activities. On schedule, Stellar did not miss a performance and performed at the DMC Festival 2016.
Oh, she has a neck brace.
Stellar performed their new single alongside other hits, but the most talked about subject on stage was not their performance or costumes, but rather Gaing performing in a neck brace.
What the
While
fuck?
fans grew concerned over the idol's condition, others joked about her injury, spreading rumors that she was hit by a golf club. Gaing went on live a few days later to clear up the speculations and update her fans on her current condition.
차 사고 같은 거예요. 그래서 조금 죽을 뻔했어요. 그렇지만 저는 살았습니다. 네, 괜찮고요. 아주 뼈도 제가 되게 튼튼한 뼈라서 괜찮습니다. 뼈도 괜찮고. 이제 허리가 아파요. 근데 이제 목에서 허리로 내려가고 있나 봐요. 아주 꽉 조여서 잘 매서 그래도 이렇게 다행스럽게 이렇게 했습니다. 원래 여기에 사실 이쪽에 피멍이 있었어요. 근데 제가 맨날 이 약 열심히 발라가지고 지금 없어졌어요. 아, 네, 맞아요. 가수는 제목을 따라간다고 하더니 펑펑 울었네요. 펑펑 울었어요. 진짜 펑펑 울었어. 찍으면서 저
Wow.
Yeah, two?
나지 않던 교통사고가 2번이나 났어요. 그래서 제목을 잘 지어야 돼요. 다음 곡은 행복해 이런 거. 활짝 웃었어.
It's never clearly mentioned if any of these previous idols were forced to perform under these conditions, but the members of b.a.p was a whole different story. In more extreme cases, some idols are not as willing to perform on stage, but rather forced, succumbing to their contractual obligations. During b.a.p's lawsuit against their company TS Entertainment, a plethora of cases involving their abuse against the members were brought to the surface. On top of not being properly paid for years and requesting time off to rest and heal, several, if not all members of b.a.p were seen pushing through exhaustion, injuries, or sickness on stage. The members were constantly in and out of the hospital, where all their medical expenses were personally paid by the members. In one case, b.a.p's main vocalist Daehan landed in the hospital due to extreme exhaustion and was receiving IV drops. Their company would often disregard doctor's notes and threaten legal action. Daehan was dragged out of the hospital by TS reps against the hospital staff's
Oh
wishes,
yeah, get your
Oh my
fucking coins.
God.
See the fuck out of here.
appearances, and perform on stage. With the pressure of his company weighing on his shoulder, he subsequently went on stage to perform at the 2014 K-pop World Festival, where fans could visibly see the bandages and discomfort in his eyes and body language, performing, not making eye contact with the cameras or audience. In 2017, member Hyun Chan had to perform through chest pains during an appearance on the show. He was sent to the hospital after his schedules were over, and it was reported that he was suffering from a hairline fracture to his ribs caused by rapid weight loss and extensive practice.
What?
Under these videos, threads, and news articles, these idols are getting praised for getting on stage to perform, no matter their condition. And while I do think it's admirable in some situations, or to a
It's
degree,
not safe.
are we unknowingly disguising their exploitation for professionalism? In this case, the saying, "the show must go on," is a toxic way of thinking, glorifying, praising, and encouraging both the idol and company to push the limit, where some of these injuries could lead to long-term or irreversible damage. While on the other hand, not every injury is as severe to
Right.
limit their performance or require the same treatment/recovery time. Should we really be praising these idols for performing while injured or in these hazardous conditions? Here's what some netizens had to say on the matter. It shouldn't be considered professional for anyone to risk making their currently short-term injuries into possibly long-term injuries for the sake of one performance, especially since it's already been proven that fans are completely okay with idols taking a break due to their health. I'm very uncomfortable with the thought of an idol putting their well-being on the stake for the sake of their fans. It's disgusting to me how some companies even capitalize on the issue, showing footage as a part of their content of idols collapsing, having trouble breathing, getting oxygen so they can carry on the performance, all for the fans to see. Just what lengths they're willing to push your faves because that's what fans want. I mean, they're purposely showing that. I'm neutral about the praising. The said idol performing while being injured, yes, they're professional, but they need a rest and treatment, not more performances. I think it depends. I won't say it's professional if one idol injures himself on stage but keeps going with the performance. Not everyone is made of iron. If they think they can't go on, they don't need to. But if an idol performs while injured longer ago, like a few days before, then no. You're just forcing your body to do something you can't do. A lot of times, it's not really the idol's choice, but it's the company coercing them into participating in activities when they should be healing. This is not something we should be praising or encouraging. Back injuries can be very dangerous and lead to much more serious long-term conditions that might severely impact your life. This glorification of idol suffering needs to stop, but at the same time, companies know that some fans love this shit and so they cater to it. But in my opinion, real fans would prioritize their idol's health and value them taking a rest more than them doing activities while in pain.
Right.
Regardless of how these injuries occur, these idols are putting their health and well-being on the line for one or more performances, some not always willingly. It's no question that these companies need to change the way they treat their artists and should be conscious of how hard they push their idols, treating them like machines when there is real human limitation. But how do we as consumers cease this behavior before it becomes life-threatening? Fans are more than supportive and actually urge these idols to take breaks, even when not injured, to mentally and physically rest and should be better regulated. I know there's unfortunately a plethora of incidences I didn't cover or I've never heard of, so drop them down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching and enjoy your stay.
So, and of course, we've seen some other ones from the part 2 of this video. But what did you think of this video?
Yeah, this, I don't know, it's just very saddening and makes me, like, I don't know, upset, frustrated. It's just, like, especially that last one when they literally, like, if they have to go to the hospital and they literally have, like, doctor's notes, like, no, like, I don't understand how you can force somebody when they're injured to perform.
Money.
Like, I mean, I know, I guess. I just don't, I don't know, like, it's just, like, crazy. Like, I don't know. If they're injured at all and the idol does, like, if they have a doctor's note or they don't want to, they want to, like, rest, they think they need rest, then, like, they should not be forced at all. Like, it's just wrong and it's not right. It's just, I don't know. It's just, if the idol thinks that maybe they're like, oh, well, it's not bad, I could, like, sing. I don't know. It's just not, it's just, it's just very sad and awful and it shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I will say this video was less severe than the previous video, which was part 2 of this video. Part 2, I think, was more intense. The injuries were a lot more intense. For this one, I do think that a lot of the injuries were less severe. But I do agree with Brenda. I think that these idols need to rest because we are people. I feel like at times we push ourselves, we push our bodies to the limit, and we really need to listen to our bodies when they're in pain. And, you know, just we know our bodies. So if we have pain, if we have anything that's hurting, listen to that and take your rest and, like, chill out, because I know, for example, in my life, I'm not saying they're like K-pop idols or singers and all that, but I know people who in my life who got injured and who did things that did not necessarily help their injuries, and they caused even further injuries to what was a minor injury. And so you really got to take care of your body and really take care of yourself. I will say that it does depend on the case. I think a lot of it depends on, like, what type of injury and then what type of like how moving forward, if they were to perform, how would that look moving forward, what the idol thinks about that, and, like, the idol's opinion. If the idol is willing to go on stage or not willing to go on stage, hey, we go with what you want, because it's your body, you know what you're feeling. And if you're willing to go on stage, accommodating that idol with, like, chairs maybe, or, like, something to make it easier for that idol to perform. Like, I thought that was pretty cool that they let them sit down and, like, just perform, and just instead of, like, trying to force these idols to perform, either do not let them perform, and if they have serious, and, like, if they have injuries that are not that serious and they are willing to perform. They're like, hey, I can still perform. They want to perform.
Yeah.
Somehow we're reworking that performance in a way so that it's still suitable to them sitting down in that chair or them still resting while performing and not giving them so much of the harder task when it comes to performance. So reworking that. I think like all of this, it can like, people just have to think of that and like be considerate of that. And these fans, y'all really gotta, there's a lot of fans that are out here supportive. There's a lot of fans that's saying, hey, they hard working, this and that. We gotta stop praising that because again, like Midnight Theory said, it feeds into the whole idea of this and that. But anyway, that's all for this reaction. If you like it, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button and go ahead and comment down below for more reaction recuts. It can be more videos like this or anything, and we're gonna react to it, y'all.
And make sure to follow us on our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Follow both of our separate channels. And make sure to check out our Patreon.
Yes, exclusive content on the Patreon. Join the Patreon family. But yes, I always enjoy Midnight Theory's videos and looking at the behind-the-scenes K-pop moments.
Yes.
But anyways, that's all for this reaction, and we're out, y'all. Bye!